how do I bounce back from setbacks and disappointments? First of all, I take some time, right? Like I'll go to a cabin in the woods for a little bit, or I'll go for walks, or just give myself a little bit of time to process. But something I've always been, is that true? Have I always been good at this? Or have I just done it so many times that I've developed muscle memory? I'm not sure. But something I'm good at today is not wallowing, not like getting stuck in the what if and how it should have been. There's this great line that most of the pain we experience in life is about the gap between where we are and where we thought we would be. And it can become really dangerous because, no, I was supposed to be here. It should have worked out there. And so you try to how do I jump the track back to there? There's this great anecdote from, I think it's Keith Cunningham's book, The Road Less Stupid. And he talks about how he was out golfing with a mentor and he hits a bad shot and he's getting frustrated and he gets ready to take his next shot. And his friend says, and I'm not a golfer, so maybe I'm mixing up the terminology, but his friend says, "Hey, Keith, do you know what a bogey is?" And the author says, "Yeah, it's when you make a bad shot." It's like, great. He says, "Keith, do you know what a double bogey is?" And Keith is getting frustrated because he's like, "I want to just take my shot." He's like, "Yeah, it's two bad shots." And the mentor says, "No, a double bogey is a bad shot followed by a stupid shot." And it's an instinct we all have, right? I messed it up. How do I take bigger and bigger risks, wilder and wilder swings to kind of get back to that? And that's something you want to not find yourself doing. So that's something I've gotten better at, is things didn't work out the way I want. So, take a moment, go for a walk, do some processing, but then as fast as you can, shift into curiosity, right? I thought XYZ would happen. That means I had these assumptions, but this happened instead. What does that tell me about the world? What does that tell me about the situation? What did I get wrong, right? It doesn't matter that I got it wrong. That's not a value judgment, but I'm curious about, well, what did I get wrong? Why did I get it wrong? What is different from the way I thought it was? And what does that suggest about opportunities going forward? The faster you can shift into that, the better. And it requires that you be very compassionate with yourself. Like, it doesn't work if you're super judgment. Oh, stupid. I shouldn't have done that. How did I miss it? I can't believe I screwed this up. If you're stuck in those narratives, there's no room for curiosity. There's no room for thinking what next. You're thinking about, like, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to salvage this? How am I going to save face to myself, to other people? And, you can be very focused on learning from the situation and finding the opportunities, or you can be very focused on not looking or feeling like you screwed up, but those are different things. And there's this great line from Marcus Aurelius. It's the role of leadership to act with what is given and not not waste time fantasizing about perfect situations or perfect people. And I think there's something really powerful to that, right? This is where I am. This is what's going on. No judgment, just curiosity. Yeah, that's easier said than done, no question. But the more you can, the thing is, it also doesn't have to be binary. It's not that either you do it or you don't. If you can shift into that 10% faster each time something screws up, and the nature of life is that you'll have plenty of opportunities to practice. But if you can get 10% faster at that shift each time, give it a few years and it's going to be just an enormous game-changing amount of difference.